You know what time it is? It's time for another episode of Flip Flirting Spanish Edition. Today, we're talking about adjectives and forms of adjectives and making adjectives plural. Oh, the fun to be had by all. As you know, the standard form of most adjectives ends in an O, and that's the masculine singular. To make an adjective feminine, normally we just take that O and drop it, change it to an A, and it's feminine. Seco becomes seca. Um, Adjectives that end in a consonant, like español, you can make feminine by putting an A after the L. Española. However, there are some adjectives that are the same for both masculine and feminine. Go figure. Popular, popular. Agradable, agradable. E's generally don't change. Agricola for agricultural, because we're all going to be using that a lot, is going to be agricola if it's feminine as well. Crazy. These adjectives in part three do take that A I mentioned earlier, like español. Encantador becomes encantadora. Hablador, that one we're probably going to be using. Habladora for a female that is talkative. Trabajador would be a hard worker, usually male if it's trabajador. Trabajadora would be a hard working female. Traidor, well, that's someone who's male and treacherous. Traidora, treacherous female. All right. Just like when you make nouns plural, same thing goes for adjectives. If it ends in a vowel, add an S. If it ends in a consonant, ES. And if that consonant is a Z, CES. Same exact rule. Okay, so nouns and adjectives are made plural in the same way. There's the CES. All right, and guess what? Accents, gonna be a pain in the butt again. We'll do some examples with this in class. But, again, when you add on another syllable because of the ES, you gotta go back and put an accent on. I know, it's a pain. That's what makes it fun. Now, where does an adjective go? Generally, in Spanish, adjectives go after the word they describe. Okay? It's una casa bonita. Adjectives go after the noun. There are certain adjectives that can go before. They are few. And when you do that, they sometimes change meaning. And we're going to see that in a second. I've got a big chart coming up. Now, when you move where the adjective goes, it can change the literal meaning. Let's look at this sentence right here. Let me get my highlighter going. Admiré los árboles con sus hojas verdes. I admired the trees with their green leaves. Green is coming after leaves. So it's normal, okay? It's the normal meaning. I'm saying green leaves because they are green in color. Now, in this sentence, things are a little different. And my highlighting sucks. En el otoño hay pocas verdes hojas en los árboles. In the fall, there are few green leaves on the trees. Here, we're singling out the green. We're drawing attention to it by putting it before the noun it describes. And by doing that, we're contrasting. There are few green leaves. In other words, all the other leaves are different colors. Okay? When in doubt, put your adjective after the noun. Okay? When you put it in front of the noun, weird things start happening, like leaves changing colors. Here's the list I was talking about. And yes, it's going to be on Quizlet. Um, these are adjectives that change meaning depending on whether you put them before or after the noun, and you should be aware of them. All right? Here's the list. You're more than welcome to copy it down, but like I said, it is on Quizlet. It'll be something about placement of adjectives on Quizlet. There are a couple that going before or after does not affect their meaning, like bueno, malo. You can play around with those. They can go before, they can go after. Bueno and malo, if they go after, normal. If they go before, drop the O. Okay, and here's your example. Un día bueno, un buen día. Un día malo, un mal día. Again, if you don't want to mess with it, just put the adjective after the word it describes. Certain ones do go in front, but you don't tend to think of these as adjectives. Numbers, possessives, articles, demonstratives, those all go before. But again, you guys don't generally think of them as adjectives. Just a reminder that adjectives agree in gender and number with the word they describe. If your adjective is describing a word that is masculine, the adjective needs to be masculine. If the word is feminine, the adjective needs to be feminine. If the word is plural, the adjective needs to be plural. You guys know that. That's Spanish 1. Certain adjectives, these, drop the O when used in front of a masculine singular noun. We were just talking about this a minute ago. Okay. So these drop the O when in front. Something that you're not going to have to worry about. Santo becomes san in front of a masculine name. Grande becomes gran when used in front of a noun. It doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, it's going to be gran when it's in front. Oh, numbers. You can read through this. And that's it. The numbers thing's not big. That's all for adjectives. We will be practicing in class next time. So until then, signing off. Bye-bye.